Yesterday, someone asked me, I'm not an expert in this field. I don't hold any qualifications or formal training. Can I really write a course about this? If you've ever considered the same thing, then you need to stick around for the answer. Hi, I'm Sam and welcome to this week's mini training. And as you would have seen in the intro, yesterday I was asked, and she shall remain nameless, I don't hold any qualifications, I'm not an expert in my field, I have no formalised training in this. Are you sure I can still write a course? Now the general answer is yes, but I'm going to clarify this in some ways. So there's a couple of things that are coming up here, and the biggest one here is self-worth. It's that you're worried that you are not the right person to teach this, that you're not clever enough, that you haven't been trained enough, that you don't know enough, that someone will find out that you're not the expert. It's got nothing to do with the qualification itself, it's got to do with the fact that you don't feel ready to teach it. And that's a whole nother matter. If that's the case, then I'm going to tell you what, no one ever feels ready. Ever. Yeah? This is the thing. If you know enough to be able to share it with your audience in a way that's going to help them and be useful for them and they're going to get something out of it, then that is enough. That is okay. I'm not saying you never need to learn anything new ever again, because obviously that's not the case. We learn new things every day and I'm always working on my personal development and my subject matter knowledge, and I strongly recommend you do the same. But you can start where you are right now. You do not have to be an expert. You do not necessarily have to hold qualifications or formalised training. You just have to know the things you're going to teach, and you need to know them well enough to be able to help the person who doesn't know them yet. Now, if that was cooking, for example, I am a terrible cook. I have admitted to this to you multiple times. I managed to burn a pot of water the other day. It boiled dry. I burnt the side of the saucepan. I kid you not. It was a saucepan full of water, and I ruined it. What that means then is I don't need a fancy 5-star chef, a world-renowned expert to teach me how to cook. I need someone who knows slightly more than I do. Honestly, if you can boil water safely, you can probably teach me some things. You only need to know more than your audience, yeah? And be willing to keep learning, but you only need to learn slightly more than them. Now, disclaimer. In some industries, you have to be qualified or hold certain insurance, and this will vary depending on your industry. So, if you're working in vocational education, there are certain qualifications you need to hold. If you're working in the finance industry, then there is certain legislation you have to meet and things you have to disclaim and insurance you have to hold. If you're working in the firearms industry, there are certain things you have to do. Always double check your industry. But as a general rule, it doesn't matter if you're not the world-renowned expert. You've got something to share, something that other people want. Don't wait for approval. Don't wait for someone to say, hey, you should write a course about this. If you think you know something, if you think you know slightly more than the person next to you and you think what you know can help them, you can write a course about it. You really can. I promise you this. So, my challenge today is for you to tell me down below, what are you writing a course about? It doesn't matter if you're not qualified. It doesn't matter if you don't feel that you're ready yet. Just tell me down below. What are you writing a course about? Go on. Down you go. All right. Now, quick little insider tip. The Trainers Academy is open again. I closed the doors to the Trainers Academy about 3 months ago, earlier in the year in June. And last week I opened the doors again. Very vague, quiet, hush, hush. I haven't done a launch yet. I haven't done anything fancy yet. So if you're watching the video, you're one of the few people who know simply because you're already watching my stuff or on the list or whatever it might be. What that means is if you want to go have a look around now, you can, but no one else knows it yet. So, the Trainers Academy is officially opened. If you want access to everything I've ever created, every private video I ever record, every Q&A session I run, and a private group where I answer all your questions about course development, business building, membership sites, and much, much more, then the Trainers Academy is for you. One single, low annual fee. That's it. The Trainers Academy. I'd like to see you there. You should head over and have a look. That's it for this week, and as always, I will see you next week.